China restating commitment to a years-long official focus on achieving self-reliance in science and technology, so it can meet what it has acknowledged as profound and complex changes. The party's Central Committee adopting its 15th five-year plan after a 4-day plenary session, which spelled out goals for economic and social development and laid the groundwork for enhancing the quality of people's lives. Beijing aiming for major progress, not just in the economy and in science, but also in defense and strength on the home front and globally. CNA's Deborah Wong with more on the plenary communique.
So the readout at first acknowledged that China really remains in a phase of development where strategic opportunities exist alongside challenges. So, this line already gives us a sense as to where it's headed to, the kind of guiding principles that's going to be taking the country over the next 5 years. And we are seeing a similar game plan. We are seeing a continuity of past policies that emphasize on modernization. But this time we're seeing a greater emphasis and greater urgency on self-reliance. Now, for instance, we're looking at points such as building a modernized industrial system to reinforce the economy. We're also looking at substantial rise in a level of self-reliance and strength with regards to science and technology, as well as boosting momentum for high-quality development. So all these points, were in the previous five-year plan, and we have seen China made hefty investments, great strides to try to uplift industries, to transform, to remain competitive, and it is quite necessary with the current geopolitical headwinds that we're seeing. In fact, another point that China is hoping to drive on is also emphasizing a high standard of opening up its economy, making sure that it enjoys mutual benefits in trade partnerships. And it really does align with China's aggressive pursuit for deeper trade ties with more diverse economies. And China knows that its reliance on, for instance, the US in the past on advanced chips does put it at a disadvantage, like what we've seen in the ongoing trade talks. So we're seeing very hefty investments spilling into science and technology to really try to help its own tech companies level up on R&D. Now, aside from the game plan, we're also seeing party discipline in focus. The plenary session does emphasize that to govern the country, the party must first be governed well, and we have seen some confirmations here, that China is replacing 11 members of its Central Committee, the highest personnel turnover since 2017. Now, veteran Chinese General Zhang Shenmin was promoted to the second-ranked vice chair of the Central Military Commission. He is replacing He Weidong, who was expelled alongside 8 other officials last Friday. Since President Xi came to power, he really has led an anti-corruption charge. Observers are here saying that it's not just a strategy to clean up the house, but it really looks like a strategy to also consolidate power.